So far in the Mastering Money at Work series, we've discussed 4 steps to setting up your 401k, which was episode 113. And last week, Jesse Cramer taught us how to ask for a raise. These were 2 topics that I really wanted to cover because I believe they can be huge game changers for your career earning power and lifetime take-home pay. This week, though, we are going to be getting a little bit more creative and scrappy. We are talking about employee perks and how these seemingly nonchalant offerings can add up to tens of thousands of dollars. These fringe benefits that go beyond a normal salary could include awesome perks like snacks, yoga classes, summer Fridays, flexible hours, company time off for volunteering, unlimited PTO. Honestly, the list goes on and on. But today, I'm going to throw at you 9 employee perks that I think you should be aware of because they could significantly save or make you money, which, of course, is what the series is all about. So if that sounds like something you want to learn about, let's get into it. You know those moments where you think, I wish I would have learned this in school? Those are the topics that we love to talk about. Join me each week as I interview experts sharing their strategies for solving problems that us young adults will face throughout our 20s and 30s. So what are you waiting for? If you want new episodes about adulting advice every Monday, hit that follow button. Number 1 is employee referral bonuses. An employee referral bonus is when your company offers you money if you refer a candidate who gets hired for an open position. I see this benefit offered by a lot of employers, but I've only heard of a few people taking advantage of this opportunity, and I'm not really sure why. It's an excellent win-win-win for everybody involved. Your company finds the right candidate for a job opening, someone gets a job, and you make a little bit of money because you were on top of it. I've been paid out for this a couple of times in my career, and both times I got a $1,000 bonus that was just added straight onto my paycheck. Employers might offer even more for harder to fill positions like management positions or really technical positions. By keeping an eye on your company's job postings and networking with industry peers, you could easily be doing the same thing. Number 2 is tuition reimbursement. This is another employee perk that I took advantage of early on in my career. My company reimbursed me up to $10,000 a year for education expenses related to my career. You might have to ask your HR department some questions about what qualifies and what doesn't. Some employers limit this reimbursement program to industry certificates and employee development opportunities, while others encourage employees to pursue their bachelor's and master's degree. I was fortunate enough that my employer fell into the latter, and I used it to get my master's degree in management and leadership. There were a few requirements for this program. I had to have a recommendation and approval from my manager, give a report at the end of each semester, and pass all of my classes with a B average or above. All of that work was worth it though, as it saved me $10,000. Number 3 is HSA match. Since we covered the employer 401k match, I'll leave that one alone as it seems like a cop-out for this list, but many companies also offer an HSA match. An HSA is a health savings account, something we'll be discussing in detail later on in the series. If you decide to sign up for an HSA, your employer may offer a match for doing so. This was the case for me. Whenever I first signed up for my HSA, my employer funded the account with $750. It was really nice to get a lump sum to begin building the cash in that account. And it was a huge perk, and your employer might provide something similar. Number 4 is Employee Achievement Awards. Many employers have a formal program like an Employee of the Month or something similar. There might be a nomination process from your manager or colleagues. Regardless, it usually comes with some kind of reward, many times company swag, a reserved parking spot, or best of all, money. I've actually never worked for a company that has had a formal program, but I have worked in places that have empowered their managers to periodically give spot bonuses. I remember one time I got a $1,500 bonus. It came after a really busy period, and I was working really hard to make sure we hit all of our deadlines, and my manager recognized that. The money was definitely a huge perk, but honestly, I remember that it felt really amazing just to get noticed and recognized for all the hard work that I put in. It's worth checking out to see if your employer has a formal program and what you have to do in order to qualify, but also you might get bonuses for obtaining certificates, hitting performance metrics, or just being an above average employee. Number 5 on the list is commissions. You don't always have to be in sales in order to make a commission. I worked for an insurance agency that offered what they called source commission to any employee who referred in a prospect that turned into a client. It was really nice as I actually had a couple of friends that I referred in, and every year I would get a portion of these sales that came to me as commission. I would have happily referred them in anyway, but it was nice to get an additional bonus and honestly gave me a little extra incentive to be on the lookout for qualified prospects similar to the employee referral program that was discussed earlier. Depending on the product or service your business provides, there may be a similar opportunity for you to get some extra cash by being a company ambassador. Number 6 is wellness or gym membership stipends. I'm actually really jealous. I've never worked for a company that has offered a wellness stipend, and I would completely take advantage of this, but many of my friends tell me about this employee perk. Actually, the reason that I started rock climbing was because I had a friend whose company offered him a $500 wellness stipend. He wanted to use it on an annual rock climbing membership, and he asked me if I'd commit to a membership too. We had gone a couple of times, and I had a lot of fun, so I said yes. And although his rock climbing career fizzled out, it has been a sport that I continue to invest in, and I honestly have to give him credit for that. If I didn't commit to that first annual membership, I'm not sure if I'd be climbing consistently like I am today. So I guess although I've never benefited from a wellness stipend, tangentially, I have. This employee perk is probably going to be well known in your company, but it's worth asking about. If it's not, your company might provide incentives by participating in their wellness program anyway. This is something that has been offered to me and something that I've taken advantage of. We have an online portal where you can take assessments, complete assignments, and track results, which earn you points. And then you can trade in those points for gifts like fitness trackers, watches, exercise equipments, and other health-related products. So once again, even though I don't get a stipend per se, I do kind of once a week check into the portal, go earn some points, and then, I don't know, maybe like once a quarter or so, I can go out and use those points for like a $10, $20, $30 gift. It's kind of a nice benefit to have as long as I just put in 5 or 10 minutes of work every single week. Number 7 is commuter benefits. Commuter benefits are a perk that help offset the cost of traveling to work. These programs can work in many different ways. Sometimes you can shift pre-tax dollars into an account, or your company might just reimburse you for qualified expenses like ride shares, tolls, fuel, metro tickets, and parking, to name a few things. This benefit is really popular in big cities when commuting and the expenses related to them can add up pretty quickly. It's worth looking into to see if your employer has a program, and if so, what qualifies within that plan. So we're nearing the end here. Number 8 is an employee discount catalog. Of course, if your employer sells a product or provides a service, this might literally be discounted access to your company's offerings. My brother used to work for Target where he would get a 5 to 20% discount, which saved him hundreds of dollars and stretched his grocery and shopping budget. But many employers also partner with companies like WorkTango to offer a curated catalog of exclusive offerings that employees can have access to. My current employer does something similar to this, and I find a lot of discounted concert tickets, park passes, and other entertainment-related activities. We also have a travel agency that I can go through to get cheaper rates on hotels and car rentals, which has come in clutch a few times. This perk isn't usually discussed much, and many times the catalog is buried on a company's intranet site, so you might have to ask around to find out if you have something similar to this. The final item number 9 on the list, is matching charitable donations. This one might not put money directly back into your pocket, but it could magnify your impact. Many companies offer a charitable matching donation. How this works is whenever you donate to a qualified nonprofit, the company will match you up to a certain amount, similar to a 401k match. My employer has a program like this, and I believe they match up to $5,000 a year. And honestly, it's a pretty painless process. We have an online website portal where we complete a little bit of information, upload our receipt, and the rest is taken care of. This is another one of those great win-win perks. Employers want to support and help nonprofit organizations, and what better way to do this than by supporting the organizations that their employees care about? I hope this list has given you some inspiration and ideas on how you could leverage your company's employee perks to make or save more money. These are not gimmicks or loopholes either. Employers set these benefits up for employees to literally take advantage of. With some awareness, insider knowledge, and hustle, you could be making or saving thousands of extra dollars a year. And I'm all about that kind of life. I know the list of employee perks is much more vast than this 9 that I discussed today, so I want to hear from you. What is your favorite perk that your company offers, regardless of it makes or saves you any money? Head over to our website at tsirpodcast.com/contact or find me on LinkedIn and send me a message. I'd love to hear from you, and I reply to all of my messages. Okay, that's it for me. We will continue the Mastering Money at Work series next week, so if you don't want to miss the next episode, hit that follow button. Until next time, love y'all. Thanks for listening to the episode. As always, I appreciate your kind words. If you want to leave us a rating and review on your podcast player right now, that would absolutely make my day. If you want to find episode show notes, our blog, and other great resources, head over to tsirpodcast.com. If you have follow-up questions, an idea for a future episode, or just want to say hi, we have a contact form on our website, and those messages go straight into my inbox, and I promise you, I will reply. But all right, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. I love you all, and you're not alone. Let's keep making it through our struggles together.
Mm-hmm.